not really new, aside from positives, which seems to be the favorite term of coaches nowadays. Well organized, and Shot Duncanson pointed it out. First touch of the ball belongs to the Alaska Aces. Simpson against Peña. Bit of a zone being applied by San Miguel, and an early whistle. Basketball counts. And Peña with an early foul. Nothing new for San Miguel, actually.
You know, San Miguel really has a problem matching up against Simpson. He can play inside, he can play outside, he can post up. And he is tall and long, so it's really very difficult to put a body and just say stop him, because he also has a medium-range jump shot.
He feels the 6'6" height limit to the brim. And definitely he's very tall and lengthy. And I think Sean Daniels had first-hand experience of having that difficulty matching up with Diamon Simpson's inside game.
Don't be surprised one day we'll have a rule about the length of the arms, actually. In the meantime, a shot from the side, and we're tied early on.
This is what we've been saying about Gabe Freeman. When he played here early last year, he had no jump shot. You wanted to give him the outside. And a great pass inside.
And this is the kind of teamwork that brought Alaska to the finals once again. Simpson throwing the team defense of San Miguel, freeing up De La Cruz underneath.
Jay Washington, and Dr. J was saying, Ronnie, that when Jay Washington plays extremely well, you see, he's the barometer player of this San Miguel team. And there were some games that Dr. J candidly pointed out, Dimon, sama ng laro ni Washington didn't win there today. And that was, in fact, what happened in your series against them. And look at this, San Miguel attacking, or Alaska rather, attacking inside.
Well, 4 of their points coming from assist passes, so you like that. No, they already have 2 assists in this ballgame. That could have been a foul that could have been called against Freeman.
Kaya nga tumingin siya sa referee.
Pinagbigyan na lang siya. A playoff type of game that there was really no harm in that slight tap of his.
De La Cruz pass on the right side does not work, and Peña grapples with the ball, taken away. We're 2 minutes into the first quarter of game number 2. Jay Wash against De La Cruz. Penetration and a foul call. Could be Baguio here.
One of the best ways to keep Tenorio and Cyrus Baguio at least busy on defense is to continue to attack them by going to the basket. You try to get them more tired early in the game to take away their effectivity during the course of the ball game. This is a squad that has played 14 consecutive games dating back to the quarterfinals. Let's see if Coach John Tankinson and company will be able to at least make use of fresher legs today.
Magumarjon, it's yours.
Coach Shot Duncanson reminded the Beermen that it was defense that got them into the finals of this Fiesta Cup, and that allowing Alaska to shoot better than 42%, just like in Game 1, will not get them to go back-to-back. And while they need to do a better job at disrupting Alaska's flow on the one end, they also need to execute better on the offensive end. It'll be all about timing, spacing, and all the other little things to pull even and make this a virtual best-of-5.
Everything that he was talking about, Dr. J, did not happen in that last play.
Well, again, you leave an open man. They want to test him if Devance can continue to make that shot. He is not a consistent shooter from there, but he can make it. And if he does, they have a lot of problems.
0-4 in the first game from the three-point territory, Jody Vines.
This guy, De La Cruz, is the interesting intervening variable. Some people tend to neglect him. And look at him, Dr. J. San Miguel forced to call an early timeout, and the red machine is up on its feet. We will take our first timeout. Down below the 9-minute mark of this opening quarter. An early gap created by Alaska, and that will not work. And in the ensuing rebound play could be a Simpson foul. Patricia, what do you have?
Whoever wins Game 1, they say, has a 65% chance of winning the series. And Coach Tim Cone admits they really dug deep to make sure they take Game 1 like they did in the quarters against Ginebra and the semis against Talking Tex. Now, they said they had all the excuses to just fold and fight another day, especially after the torture they went through. But Coach Tim shares that the Aces are much more confident now. They're playoffs hard, and they're not the same team that was beat twice by San Miguel in the elimination. Sev?
No way, no way. That's very correct, Patricia. What has Alaska done very well so far, Ronnie Musano?
Well, number one, they have moved the ball extremely well. 4 guys have managed to put in the points on the board except L.A. Tenorio.
San Miguel's attack, up. Joel Devance dancing the tinikling on the baseline.
Devance leads the Alaska team with 6 points, 2 3-point shots already, you know. And obviously that timeout called by Shot Tankensen is to remind the guy defending him, you better start covering him.
Well, respect him a little more.
He really doesn't go strong to the basket anyway. He's more of really a spot-up shooter.
Yep. Here's Dorian Peña trying to make a decision. Ontiveros break travel. They called it.
Well, that was a little bit surprising. This is referee Jimmy Mariano, no? Together with Ngo. Who's the other referee? Art Herrera.
Yes.
Art Herrera.
For coaches, they want to make sure that the referees are also consistent with those type of calls just to take away yung ilang factor dito sa mga slashers and penetrators.
De La Cruz. Alam mo, pag Alaska, Ronnie, nakakahiyang hindi i-shoot pagkatapos dalhin sa loob. Mahirap i-create yung situation. Pag Alaska ka, nakakahiyang hindi iswak.
Dalawang beses binomba ni Cyrus Baguio sa loob. A lot of the baskets of Alaska have come from extra passes. Excellent shooting clip so far in the first for Alaska.
Nearly stolen. And it is completely stolen. Baguio applies the brakes, passes off to Devance, and Devance is off to a blazing start.
You can see the big problem here. Ontiveros is not able to defend against Baguio. Baguio has been beating him with the back cuts by other play. And again here, a steal of Ontiveros. So a big lead now being established here by the Aces.
Double digits right away as Freeman tries to get his offense going. Offensive foul.
That's a good call.
Well, we have emphasized the efficiency of Alaska on offense in the first 5 minutes of action. But we also have to give credit to the Aces who have been very prepared for the offensive options of San Miguel. Here we see Diamon Simpson giving up his body to draw the charge and regain possession for the Aces.
And we're down to 7 minutes and 12 seconds in the opening quarter. Game number 2. Here's Simpson. Simpson waiting. Devance, another one. Not on that journey.
He's still a good line in that.
Diretso.
Yes.
And just enough strength. No?
San Miguel again almost nearly paying dearly for losing Devance in the mix. There's a crawl, but does not work. Here's Tenorio trying to set up the table. De La Cruz sliding. Devance, and he'll get it to go!
Execution, a vital part here in the early success of Alaska in the first quarter. But this is only the initial surge. Question right now, how will San Miguel respond to this onslaught in the first quarter by Alaska?
And the second personal foul called against Jay Freeman already.
Dr. J, we were about to say the same thing. Arvin Santos already brought onto the floor. Now San Miguel falling behind. Wow, this is already a 13-point lead. Cabagnot. Nice cut by Arvin, but somebody caught up with him. There was a foul.
You know, Baguio is not a very good defender. But you can see, parang kumbaga sa Tagalog, nahawa talaga siya dito sa, parang sa inyo, si James Yap, di ba, nung last conference, nahawa sa depensa ng mga ibang kasama niya.
Eh, tinatawag Dr. J na kahiyaan na rin. Mapipilitan ka talaga. Kung gusto mo manalo, sasakripisyo ka. And looking at the last two series na nilaro ng Alaska, kung di ako nagkakamali, yung final games, yung dalawang series na yon were won with a defensive stop by Cyrus Baguio.
Correct.
Against Ginebra and against Talk and Text.
As they say, if you want to get better, surround yourself with good people.
Yes.
And this defensive orientation has resulted in what Dr. J and Ronnie have pointed out. We have Larry Conacher. As early as 3:30 in the afternoon, he was already shooting his threes on the court. Wala pang ilaw rito sa Araneta Coliseum. Hindi pa sinisidyan. A lot of bodies banging inside off the miss of Conacher. Here's Jay Wash attacking ferociously. Goes up and Tenorio with a foul. First on Tenorio, fourth on the team of Alaska.
That's a great advantage that Jay Washington has because he's able to avoid the contact. In other words, another player who cannot move the ball from right to left would have come in with a charging foul. Here he was able to sort of hesitate, make a hesitation move, and then go around the player to be able to try to lay it up. Really one of the better players in the league right now.
Longer he has played here, yung attacking niya has developed. When he was starting out, we were beginning to cover him in the PBA, remember?
Yes.
Didn't know what to do with the ball, really.
Kaya pinamigay nga ng token test.
Tama. One thing that I really like about Jay Wash right now is that he's now more willing to absorb more physicality.
Yes.
And as a result, he can take his game closer to the basket and finish.